It's official, Melissa is now a hurricane and is looking very concerning for parts of Haiti, Cuba, the Bahamas, and especially Jamaica. I'm meteorologist Andrew Markowitz, and here's the full breakdown of what to expect with Hurricane Melissa as of Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Melissa is the fifth hurricane of the 2025 season and now has a closed inner eye wall. There has been a sharp drop-off in pressure since last night, which means that rapid intensification is unfortunately a go. This is because Melissa is slowly moving through extremely warm waters in the Caribbean Sea. Melissa could reach major hurricane intensity as soon as Sunday, and many models have her peaking as a Category 4. But if Melissa stays far enough south to avoid land friction, there is a real possibility she could peak as a Category 5, which I have been saying for the past few days. In fact, the NHC said exactly that based on guidance from the Google DeepMind Ensemble. Ensemble models are holding steady, with most members showing landfall in Jamaica on Tuesday, October 28th, before heading to the eastern tip of Cuba and southeastern Bahamas. However, there is still some uncertainty as far as where exactly the landfall location is. The HAFS model is favoring landfall in eastern Jamaica as a Category 4 near Kingston. However, another hurricane-specific model, the H-WRF, is showing landfall in western Jamaica as a weaker storm, a Category 3, and does so earlier. Large hurricanes can sometimes behave erratically, and that can lead to subtle but unexpected changes in the exact track. In the grand scheme of things, it won't matter a ton because such a large and intense storm is still going to be destructive no matter which way it goes. But a shift of even 10 miles actually matters a lot for areas near the landfall location because that determines if you are seeing the brunt of it in the dirty side of the storm. This is especially important when you consider Jamaica's demographics, where almost half the population lives in eastern parishes, including the capital Kingston. In advance of Melissa, all of Jamaica is now under a hurricane warning, while a tropical storm warning and hurricane watch is maintained for southwestern Haiti. Melissa's slow movement means that we will see several days of heavy downpours, especially in Jamaica and southwestern Haiti. Areas in pink are expected to see in excess of 20 inches. Many areas could see 2 to 3 feet and maybe even a little bit higher in the hardest hit zones. This would lead to catastrophic life-threatening flooding akin to a storm like Hurricane Helene. Another complicating factor is that Jamaica actually has pretty mountainous terrain, which means that they are susceptible to mudslides and landslides. Hurricane force wind gusts in excess of 100 miles per hour are expected near the center of the storm. Now, we know that Jamaicans are a resilient group of people and have dealt with big storms before, but here is why Melissa is different from all others. It is true that some Category 4 hurricanes have made a close approach in recent years, most recently Beryl, but here is how many actually made landfall in Jamaica. That's right, 0. Additionally, all of those other storms came in from southeast to northwest. This angle of approach is from south to north, which is the worst case scenario when you consider which way the winds are coming in from. So yes, I do not think it's hyperbole to believe that based on all the data that I'm seeing, that this could be the worst hurricane Jamaica has ever seen. And of course, we're expecting major to devastating impacts in parts of Haiti, eastern Cuba, and Bahamas as well. And again, if you are familiar with me, you know that I'm not someone that's going to hype things up unnecessarily or say overly bombastic things to get views. This is my honest opinion. I'm very concerned about these areas. If you or someone you care about is in any of those aforementioned areas and you have the means to evacuate, then it would be very wise to do so. And the last chance will probably be this week.